And we are back there. Apologies for the delay. Drivers at risk as it stands. AMG Smithy hasn't set a lap time just yet, is on an out lap at the moment. Mecha84 hasn't set a lap time yet. You can see there that does look to be another invalidated lap. That's the second one that I have witnessed. So it does look like Mecha84 is struggling with track limits. Hopefully he can get back out there, have another attempt, and progress through to Q2. His teammate up in 10th at the moment, and at the moment is safe and progressing through to Q2. He's going to want to join his teammate there. There is still time, 6.5 minutes left on the clock, plenty of time to have another go and try and progress through. Tom Tarka, another driver who has yet to set a lap time. He's making his way through Sector 3 on a flyer at the moment in the Alpine. He's got one more corner to negotiate. Let's see how he can fare and what sort of time he can get on the board. He's going massively wide there. Off track, has to slow down to avoid track limit sanctions. He crosses the line, is a 1:38.9. That is good enough for 12th place as it stands. And as it stands, he will progress through to Q2, but very much at risk. AMG Smithy, he was on a flying lap attempt there, but it looks like he's had issues with track limits as well, so he is going to have to go again, but there is still plenty of time for him to do so. Ferrari of Namibian Boy is out on an out lap at the moment, currently in 14th place, and will progress through to Q2. However, he is not feeling 100% safe, and he is at risk technically, so he wants to get out there and improve his time. Let's see what he can do. He's starting his flying lap attempt. Let's go. Turn 1's always a tricky corner to navigate there. And the S section as well, very easy to invalidate a lap, as RKA25 sets a 1:33.2, fastest lap time off the session so far. But again, very close between RKA25 and Nuxley. Just 1/10 of a second separating those two drivers. Namibian Boy makes his way in Sector 2. He's on the back straight. He's going to get the assistance of DRS here. And he's already shaved 1 second off his time. That is what the Ferrari driver is looking for there. Any savings he can get. Can he find more time in Sector 3? Let's see what he can do there. Oh, it's been invalidated. I don't know what happened there, because I didn't see him go off track, unless I'm missing something, but that's really unfortunate. Anyway, he's going to need to go again, and it looks like he is heading straight into another attempt. Don't think he would have had enough time, with just over 3 minutes left on the clock. Don't think he would have had enough time to head into the pits and come out for another attempt. Through the S section. Oh, he's going a bit wide there. That's going to have cost him a bit of time. You can see he hasn't saved any time in Sector 1, but is there time to be saved and found in Sector 2? Hopefully so. Down the hill he goes. A big breaking point here. Down the back straight with DRS. You can see that wing opening now. And the Ferrari driver has set a purple sector 2 time there. That's excellent. Into sector 3 goes. Let's hope he doesn't invalidate this attempt. He does go a bit wide, but he keeps it within track limits. But that will have cost him a bit of time. Let's see what he does here. Kaz 420 sets the fastest lap time of the session of 1:33.1. Very nice indeed from the AlphaTauri driver. As the Ferrari crosses the line, and he does improve, it's a 1:34.9, and that is him up into 11th place. I would say that he should feel a lot more comfortable now. And he should see himself head through to Q2. Mecca 84. Looks like there's another invalidated lap attempt there from the Williams driver. Like I said earlier, it does seem like he's struggling quite a bit with track limits. He's run out of time for opportunities here. There is enough time for one more go. Let's see what he can do. Hopefully he can find the right line, not invalidate the attempt, and get that Williams alongside his teammate and through to Q2. Around the final corner. Back on the par, DRS open. And across the line, let's see what he does here. Up the tall hill towards turn 1. Hits the apex there very nicely indeed. Back down the hill the Williams goes. He's going towards the S section of the track. Very reminiscent of Suzuka, which was the track we were racing in last week. Almost invalidated there, but was able to correct. Seems like he's struggling to find the right line here, and it's costing him a bit of time, but at the minute he does not have a time on the board, so he really needs to get something to help him progress through. Just needs to play it a little bit more safe, which I think he is doing. On the back straight, he's got DRS. It's in sector 3 now. This is brilliant from Mecca 84 here. Final corner. Excellent, up into P12. That's good enough to see him through to Q2 alongside his teammate, which just narrowly makes it through in 15th place there. Oh, and it looks like he's actually DNF'd on track there. Not sure what happened, but I don't think we'll be seeing hands in Q2. That's it for Q1. Stick with us as we make our way into Q2. And we are back here with our Q2 session here in Coda. And with Q2, it's going to be all about strategy here. Circuit of the Americas is usually very, very challenging indeed in terms of tire wear. Drivers will experience high tire wear in this track. And as a result, strategy is really, really crucial. You can see from the left-hand side, there is a mixture of tire choices there. We have a couple of drivers opting for the medium tire and a few drivers who have also opted for the soft tire as it stands. Luke Steve, first driver, out on track. Alfa Romeo driver has opted for the medium tire. And in terms of strategy, we know a one-stop will work. It is very challenging indeed because of the high tire wear. You really need to manage those tires, and you could be running parts of the Grand Prix with really high tire wear, quite low grip. Two-stop strategy equally will work. However, two stops compared to one stop, you are going to lose time there as well. So it's all about finding the right balance. It'll be interesting to see what these drivers do. Luke C getting a bit of heat into those tires. It's going to be the first driver to set a lap time in this session. It's going to be setting the benchmark for the other drivers. And remember, we only take the top 10 drivers through to Q3 for a top 10 shootout. And see who will get pole position here in Coda in Austin, Texas. Around the final corner, the Alfa Romeo goes. He's got DRS. He's got a nice straight, a nice run up the hill into turn 1. Let's see what time Luke Steve can get on the board with those medium tires. Towards the S section, the Alfa Romeo goes. Oh, he goes quite wide there. Oh, that's going to have cost him a bit of time, and you can see he's been hit with a track limit sanction there, and he's going to need to go again. Rick in the Haas just behind the Alfa Romeo. You can see he's just overtook Luke Steve there, and he's also opted for the medium tire. So far hasn't invalidated that lap, but you can't blame Luke Steve either, because that is a really, really challenging part of the track to get right, and it's been catching a lot of drivers out so far in this session. The Haas driver, Rick, down the back straight with DRS. And he is set in purple sectors at the moment, which is what you would expect, considering he is the first driver on a flying lap at the moment. And this corner here is really, really challenging in terms of tire wear. Tire temperature just goes right through the roof at that stage, and drivers can struggle with loss of grip. But Rick managed that really nicely. It's a 135 dead at this stage. 32 Baca comes in on the soft tires at 134.2. Driver SA looks like he has an invalidated lap attempt. He's going to need to go again. As I the Best Don't Mess comes through with a 135.9 on the medium tire as well. You can see how the different tire choices are going to play a part here. R8 Storms at the 134.9 on the medium tires. He has set the fastest lap so far of the guys who have used the medium tire. Cas 420 opting for the soft tire originally, but you can see there it looks like he's got the medium tire fitted. So he must have had a change of heart after going out on his previous lap. And he has crossed the line to start another flying lap attempt, but this time on the medium tires. Let's see what he can do here. iZombie crossing the line with a 136.3 on the medium tires as well. Tom Tarka, looks like Alpine have split the strategy between the two cars. Tom Tarka on the soft tires and iZombie opting for the medium tires. It's very interesting indeed from that team. RKA25 going for the medium tires on this occasion. On a flying lap, he has set the fastest sector one time there as he makes his way into sector 2 and towards the back straight. Looks like Kaz 420 is ahead of him. Kaz has an invalidated lap attempt there, so it looks like he invalidated that attempt he was going on the medium tires. RKA 25 just right behind. It looks like he's actually holding RKA 25 up. Not sure what's going on there. And then it looks like RKA 25 able to get past eventually. Will that have had any impact on his time? Let's see. 134.5. It's not the fastest lap time of the session, but it is the fastest on the medium tires. That's probably to be expected. K84 on the soft tires heading towards sector 3. Carrying a lot of speed through that corner. Very nice indeed. And it is a purple sector 2 time. Oh, he's going a bit wide there, but he keeps it in track limits. That's going to cost him a bit of time. And after his teammates contact in Q1 and not progressing through to Q2, he's going to want to try and maximise as much as he can to keep Williams in the fight in terms of the Constructors' Championship. Across the line with the soft tires, it's a 135.8, 6th place at the minute. Kaz 420 set in purple sectors here in sector 2 as he makes his way towards sector 3. Into sector 3 the AlphaTauri driver goes. He is on the medium tires and he is set in purple sectors. That is very, very nice indeed from Kaz 420. Is he going to get that top spot? Let's find out. And it is again second place, but he does pip the fastest time set on the medium tires. It's a 134.2. And that's very, very nice indeed. Some of these drivers who are near the bottom on the medium tires, the likes of iZombie, may want to change their strategy on the soft tires, and you can see that's exactly what the Alpine driver has done. These drivers are thinking that the medium tire is probably the best strategy, but can they get the times that they want to make sure that they get through to Q3 on that tire? For some of those drivers, that's not the case, so they're going to need to revert back to the soft tire. It's going to be the faster, quicker tire out of the two, and potentially they can secure themselves a place in Q3, but it does mean they have to compromise on the strategy a little bit. So iZombie currently at risk down in P10. Making his way through the S's at the minute. Let's see what sort of time he can set on those soft tires. And it is a purple sector 1. Very nice indeed from the Alpine driver. Let's see what he can do. He's making his way through sector 2, heading towards the back straight off the circuit. It's that apex very nicely indeed. Just going to get a bit of DRS assistance here, and you can see that front wing or the rear wing just popping open there. And it's another purple sector. It's a sector 2 gone purple for iZombie. Very nice indeed. It looks like he is going to secure himself a place in Q3. Just got 4.5 minutes left on the session. Some of these drivers who are at the bottom of the leaderboard at the moment, they're going to have to start thinking about, do they need to get back out again? iZombie looks like he lost quite a bit of time there in sector 3 because he set 2 purple sectors before that, but he is up in 7th place and potentially may be through to Q3, but there is a couple more drivers who are yet to set times. AMG Speeds is one of them on a flying lap at the moment on the medium tyres. Heading through sector 3, final corner. And it is 8th place for AMG Speeds, right on the cusp of getting through to Q3 at the moment. Will progress through to Q3, but may be at risk from some of these other drivers who will want to progress through as well. Dawson in the Mercedes, he set his time on the mediums. He may want to then come out. Does look like you can see the Mercedes engineer guiding him out of the pits there, and I believe he had the red ring tyres on, the soft tyres on, so he is looking to improve on that time. AMG Speeds not safe just yet, I would say. Also Meke not safe just yet, and I the best don't mess. You can see he's out on the soft tyres as well, and he's setting purple sector 1, and he's making his way into sector 2. A lot of drivers here are starting to doubt their tyre strategy and reverting back to the soft tyre to try and progress through to Q3. I the best don't mess down the back straight there. There's a purple sector 2 for the Mercedes driver. One more corner. Oh, and that's the fastest lap time for either best or mess. That's a fantastic lap. It's a 1:33.5, and that has him safely through to Q3. Meke 84 very much at risk. That does look like an invalidated lap there, and he is going to need to go again. There's just 1 minute and 44 on the clock as it stands. There is time for him to technically get round the circuit and have another attempt, but whether he does that or not, we will find out. Dawson has saved 4/10 on his time. Looks like he's starting through sector 1 here on the soft tyres. Yeah, sorry, 2/10 off his time there as he makes his way into sector 2. There's still more time to be found. He's on the quicker tyre now. He set his previous lap on the medium tyres. Let's see what he can do on the soft tyres, and is it good enough to get him through to Q3. On the back straight, it's going to have DRS, and you can see the rear wing of the Mercedes opening up there. You may hope that that's not Hamilton's rear wing attached back there, or else he may have some problems with the FIA later. And there we go, more time saved and a purple sector 2 for his troubles as well. 0.8 of a second down on his best time. Can he find more time here in sector 3? I believe he can. He's carrying some speed around that corner. It's looking good. Look at that. That is 6th place, P6 for Dawson in the Mercedes as the clock goes 0. Couple more attempts from drivers here. Driver SA has not set a lap time this session so far and crosses the lap there, and that is his qualifying session over. And Mecha 84 at the moment at risk and will not progress through to Q3. He's having another attempt here as he makes his way down the back straight in Sector 2. Can he improve on his lap time at the moment? I believe he's got time to be found. AMG Speeds is going to be watching very closely right now, hoping that Mecha 84 makes a mistake and saves him from being eliminated in this qualifying session. He's in Sector 3 now, just a couple more corners to negotiate. Let's see what he can do. Oh. And that's it. The end of the line for Mecha 84. He does not progress through to Q3, and I'm sure AMG Speeds is delighted. He will be in the top 10 shootout alongside his teammates. And it's another successful qualifying so far for McLaren. Let's see what they can do in Q3. That's it. Stick with us for the next qualifying session. And we are back for the final session here. It's Q3 qualifying. We've got 10 drivers battling it out for the top spot for pole position. AMG Speeds, first driver out on track, but he makes way for Rick in the Haas, who will probably be the first driver to set a lap time in this session. It's going to be the benchmark for the other drivers to reach towards. It's going to be provisional pole, and these other drivers are going to be looking to beat that time. Reminder of the drivers that we have with us. We have both Mercedes, I the Best on Mess, and Dawson. We have AMG Speeds and R8 Storms, both McLarens. Very strong qualifying so far indeed. Rick in the Haas, who has had a great qualifying himself. RKA 25, favourite for pole position, I dare say, following his his previous races and qualifying sessions, he's been very strong and consistent indeed. Dirty Chewbacca in the Red Bull, iZombie in the Alpine, Luxty in the Alfa Romeo, and Kaz 420 in the AlphaTauri. Kaz 420 equally having some strong performances as of late, so will be giving RKA 25 a run for his money alongside some of the other drivers who have been putting in some fantastic performances indeed. Rick is crossing the final corner here and ready to start the first flying lap of the session. Let's see what he can do. He's got his DRS wide open. He's got a nice long straight up the hill here. No traffic in sight. He can just give it the beans and see what he can do in the Haas. Let's see. Heading down the hill towards the S section. Again, very similar to Suzuka. And he has navigated that brilliantly so far. Just letting off the power a little bit to make his way around the corner, and it's invalidated. Unfortunate for Rick. He's going to need to go again. Let's slow down. Let's recover some of that ERS power. Let's manage those tires. Don't want to wear them out too much and lose too much speed from them. And he can go again. RKA 25 has not invalidated his attempt. He's heading down the back straight. You can see Rick just about in his sights. And RKA 25 is going to set the provisional pole time, it seems. Rick moves out of the way there to allow the Aston Martin pass with no dramas. In the sector 3, Aston Martin goes. Final corner, and it's a 1:32.6. That is the time that all the other drivers should be aiming towards. As not sure exactly what's happened there with either Besto Messi. He was thinking about going into the pits, and he's crossed the pit entry line to have another go at it. Kaz 420 at 1:33.3. A little bit off the pace from RKA 25, who set a fantastic lap indeed. Will he or any of the other drivers be able to get close to RKA 25's time? At the moment, not quite. Kaz 420 1:33.3, R8 Storms at 1:33.7, and Luxty with a 1:33.7. There is nothing between the McLaren of R8 Storms and the Alfa Romeo of Luxty. Those drivers are setting virtually identical times. iZombie at 1:34.1. Dawson crossing the final corner to set his time. It's a 1:34.5. Oh, tactics from McLaren there. R8 Storms giving AMG Speeds a nice little toe down the back straight there, and it is worked as he sets purple sector 2 time down the back straight. What a fantastic tactic from McLaren. What time can AMG Speeds get on the board? Let's see what he can do. It is Aston Martin McLaren 3-4 at the moment. Very respectable times from both of those drivers indeed, and the tactic absolutely seems to be paying off. But as it stands, drivers are just not getting close enough to RKA 25. Kaz 420 very close indeed. It's a 1:32.7, 1/10 of a second separating the Aston Martin and the AlphaTauri. And it looks like Kaz 420 was on a flyer there and has to back off due to track limits. What a shame Really want to see Cavs 420 battle in RKA 25 there for that top spot. There's plenty of time to go again. There's 5 minutes left on the clock, so plenty of time to have another go at it. Dirty Chewbacca has an invalidated lap attempt at the moment, and he's going to need to go again as he heads down the back straight. Again, plenty of time for him to have another stab at it. Rick was on a flyer earlier and had his attempt invalidated. He's going again. And he sets a purple sector 1. It's a great start from the Haas driver. Let's hope we can keep that momentum up. Down the back straight. DRS. He hasn't set a purple sector 2, but there is still time to be found here in sector 3. Let's see what he can do here. He's got that long right-hander. Very, very hard on the tires. The amount of force that's being put into that front left tire is unbelievable. Last corner. And it's a 133.4, very close between himself and Luxty. And he's got time to go again if he wants. A lot of drivers in the pits at the minute. I imagine they'll all start to think about coming out soon to start their final laps. Does look like Rick is heading straight into another flying lap attempt here. He is up on his time. His last attempt, but just marginally. There is still an opportunity, and it's invalidated attempt. It's an opportunity for him now to recharge the battery, keep the tires in the optimum temperature there, and have another go. The best don't mess hasn't set a lap time on the board just yet, but he is on a flying lap attempt now. Into sector 2 he goes. Down the hill towards back straight. DRS open. That is a purple sector 2 for the Mercedes driver. Very nice indeed. Let's see what he can do here. Sector 3. Getting a little twitchy with the wheel there. Again, carrying quite a huge amount of speed through that final couple corners. Last corner to navigate. Hits it nicely. Oh, looks like he lost quite a bit of time there in sector 3. Maybe it was 134.3, and he is heading straight into another flying lap attempt, I believe. See, does he save any time in sector 1 here? So far, so good. Hitting all those apexes very, very nicely indeed. He saved 1/10 of a second. He heads into sector 2. Still a couple of drivers in the pits, and there's just 1 minute left on the clock, so actually it does seem like the top sort of 4, with the exception of RKA 25, are not heading out for another opportunity to improve on their times. Quite shocked by that. Especially considering Cavs 420 is very, very close to the provisional pole time indeed. It does look like this one is potentially going to RKA 25. Both McLarens are out at this stage. They've dropped down to 5th and 6th, but they have an opportunity to get those times back up again. They're under pressure from the clock. There's just 20 seconds left on the clock. The Best Don't Mess is crossing the final corner there, and it is up into 5th place for the Mercedes driver. That's a nice improvement from his time. Dirty Chewbacca on a flying lap here. He's got one more corner to negotiate, and it is up in the 6th place. Nice attempt there. And AMG Speeds and R8 Storms do not get to the line on time, and they will be starting this race in 7th and 8th. And Dirty Chewbacca and The Best Don't Mess, they can go on to improve their times if they do so wish. RKA25 can also improve on his time, and he is improving on his time just to make sure that he keeps that pole position. But he is absolutely on pole position here in Coda, unless The Best Don't Mess or Dirty Chewbacca can do anything about it. But it does look like The Best Don't Mess is quite a bit up on his time, and it looks like Dirty Chewbacca has also invalidated his lap attempt. So that is where our qualifying ends, and we will be progressing into the race here. So stick with us as we move into race day. And we are back for the US Grand Prix here in Austin, Texas. You can see the Aston Martin of RKA 25 leads us away from the grid for a formation lap. Let's have a look at our tyre strategies here. You can see the top 4 drivers on the medium tyres. That is probably quite good news for the likes of RKA 25 and CAS 420, as they could have been under some pressure from the guys on soft tyres. Either Best Don't Mess and Dirty Chewbacca are on soft tyres, and they have an opportunity to put some pressure on Luxty and Rick in these opening laps and try and make some ground up if possible. AMG Speeds and R8 Storms, both McLaren drivers, starting 7th and 8th on the medium tyres. They're going to be looking to do a one-stop strategy most likely. And you can see no driver opting for the hard tyre start, but a couple drivers on the medium tyre. It does look like RKA 25 has lost the pack there. You can see CAS 420 joining in the distance there. Probably not the starting point that the starting place that AMG Speeds and R8 Storms were looking for. They were probably looking to start up a little bit higher, but they have a good opportunity to gain some places here if they can make the strategy work for them. If they can stay out of trouble, they can score a good haul of points for McLaren and keep the McLaren in that top constructor spot. And equally for R8 Storms, who is second in the Drivers' Championship, he's going to want to try and score as many points as possible. RKA 25 heading towards his grid box, and you can see the predicted pit stop strategy there. It is predicting a 2-stop strategy, medium to soft. However, I definitely think there's going to be a number of drivers who are opting for a 1-stop medium to hard. We know safety car will play a part in this, so it'll be really interesting to see what drivers actually stick to that time or not. And last driver to place himself in the grid box, SYM in the Haas. And we are waiting for those 5 red lights before we get going. There we have it, it's lights out and away we go. RKA 25 is leading the pack away there. CAS 420 still in second place, and CAS 420 goes for a lunge and has to go wide there to avoid any contact with RKA 25. That's cost him some places. Luxty is up into second place, and he is putting some serious pressure under RKA 25. There is bits of debris flying everywhere here. There is yellow flags being waved. It is just impossible to keep up with what is going on, but it did look like there was a piece of a car that was about to be sent to the moon there. Not exactly sure what happened at all there. Dirty Chewbacca up in the 4th place. He has taken opportunity from the fact that he is on those soft tyres. Unbelievable indeed. What an unbelievable start. CAS 420 had an opportunity to get up into first place and really just had to back out to avoid any contact with RKA 25. It was the right thing to do. It cost him a little bit of time, but he can still get that place back from Luxty. Drowsy Brawler up 8 places from start into 8th place. What a fantastic start from Drowsy Brawler, and he is now heading towards AMG Speeds, 0.9 seconds off the McLaren driver. Let's see what he can do from there. Remember, we won't get DRS until lap 3, so we may not see a huge amount of overtaking at this stage. RKA 25 sets the fastest lap time of the session. CAS 420 getting a little bit of slipstream off Luxty up the hill into turn 1. He's trying to get the move done, but not yet. We do have a couple drivers into the pits. R8 Storms into the pits. That is not what the McLaren driver is looking for here in terms of his strategy. He's opting for the hard tyres now, and he is going to want to keep those hard tyres going for the duration of the Grand Prix, and then a late pit stop potentially onto soft tyres or mediums. We'll see what happens. AMG Speeds 3-second time penalty for track limits. Let's see what's going on here. RIZE Brawler has caught up to the back of AMG Speeds. AMG Speeds is on the back of the best don't mess. RIZE Brawler is getting one hell of a slipstream from that McLaren. The McLaren is weaving from side to side, trying to break the slipstream. It seems to be working, but RIZE Brawler looking down the outside there, and he cannot get the move done just yet, but he is keeping the pressure on the McLaren. He's thinking about it, but he just can't get that move done just yet. He's looking for any possible opportunity, and he thinks he's got it there, but not yet. MG Speeds covers the outside. RIZE Brawler looks on the inside. He is now on the outside there, and he gets an overtake done on AMG Speeds, and that is him up in the 7th place. He's now got his sights on the best don't mess Mercedes driver. Another bit of slipstream for the Ferrari of RIZE Brawler. Still without DRS at this stage. DRS will be enabled. It does look like there maybe was a bit of contact there with RIZE's front wing. It does still look intact, but I'm not sure if there's a bit of an impact there or not. Whoa. Looks like the best don't mess is slowing down quite a bit there. Not sure what's happening between him and RIZE. There's a little bit of contact there between those two drivers. It is like bumper cars rather than Formula 1 here, and AMG Speeds is looking to take advantage of that. Potentially RIZE Brawler will have some damage on his front wing. AMG Speeds looking down the outside. RIZE Brawler trying to push him towards the outside of the track. AMG Speeds is going to get DRS here, I assume he does. RIZE Brawler also gets DRS. And it looks like the places will remain as is for now. And this is a tight battle forming here. Dirty Chewbacca putting pressure under Luxty and Kaz 420. He's on the soft tires. That is the quicker tire, but it is the tire that will degrade a lot faster than the medium tire. Kaz 420 and Luxty do have the advantage if they can keep Dirty Chewbacca at bay, but it's going to be one hell of a challenge indeed. Let's see, Luxty's going to have DRS on Kaz 420. Kaz 420 does not have DRS. Can Luxty get an overtake done into turn 1? It looks like he's a bit too far away at this stage. He's keeping the pressure on, but he just can't get the move done just yet. And Dirty Chewbacca is still hot on the tails of that Alfa Romeo. He is doing everything he can to try and get an overtake. He has to go wide there, and he just a bit of a mistake there that looks like it's cost him quite a bit of time. And Rick is on the back of Dirty Chewbacca as well. This is one hell of a battle, really, for the final podium place there between these drivers. Unbelievable indeed. Looks like AMG Speeds is just a bit too far away to get a move done on RIZE. RIZE's up 9 places from his starting place. What an unbelievable start. Hypnotic Butch up 8 places from where he started. That is fantastic from him as well. AMG Smithy up 6 places into 13th. That is equally very, very nice indeed. R8 Storms did not have the start that he was looking for whenever he had to pit early, but he could see a recovery here. We'll just have to wait and see. And Luxty still putting pressure under Kaz 420 because these drivers are battling. That's allowing RKA 25 the opportunity to extend his gap, and he is now 2.8 seconds clear from Kaz 420 in the AlphaTauri. Dirty Chewbacca looks like he is now putting the pressure under Rick, who has got the overtake done on the Red Bull. The Red Bull's really going to start to feel it now. These other drivers are all on the medium tires. Dirty Chewbacca is on them used, worn out soft tires. He's going to want to start to think about getting into the pits soon. And it looks like RIZE Brawler has headed into the pits. Not sure if he was getting a wing change there, if it was planned or not planned. But he is into the pits anyway with a fresh set of hards. and he may want to try and get those hards to the end of the race, but that's going to be quite a challenge. The hard tyre will be under quite a bit of pressure by the end of the race there, if you can even manage that. AMG Speeds, he's got DRS on. Either best don't mess. He's got either best don't mess. Some late braking there, unbelievable. And there's a bit of contact there between the two drivers, but it's just hard racing between the two. Either best don't mess is really not wanting to give this space up, but there's nothing that he can do there. It looks like AMG Speeds has got the move done on either best don't mess, and that is him up in the 6th place. And you can see what all that battling has done. He now has a 10-second gap to make up between him and Dirty Chewbacca, and it looks like Namibian Boy has DNF there. Not exactly sure what has gone on as AMG Speeds heads into the pits. That looks like an early stop for AMG Speeds. Potentially has some wing damage, and yes, the McLaren pit crew are waiting with the front wing. Again, McLaren not having the best of luck as 2 unplanned pit stops. Either best don't mess heading into the pits. He got out a lot quicker than AMG Speed, so potentially didn't need a wing change. So yes, Namibian Boy, first driver to DNF in the session. Not the race that he was looking for. Really unfortunate indeed. Luxty still within DRS range of Kaz 420, but just cannot gain enough ground to get an overtake done on Kaz at this stage. Dirty Chewbacca still holding on with those soft tyres, but I'm sure he's feeling it right now. He's probably going to want to get into the pits soon. And Drowsy is coming up to the back of either best don't mess. He's got a DRS zone coming up. He's using his DRS. You can see he's got a full battery there. And he's got DRS assistance. Either best don't mess is moving from side to side, trying to protect that place. Not really what he should be doing there. I think I put Drowsy under a bit of pressure, a bit of uncertainty, but Drowsy does get ahead of the Mercedes, and he is up in the 9th place. Not sure if there was any more contact between those two drivers. I don't think there was, but I may be wrong there. R8 Storm's now behind either best don't mess, and he also has his teammate for company with iZombie. Looks like he was able to get a move on iZombie there, and he also gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits. R8 Storms, he's got DRS on the Mercedes. He is gaining, but he is not gaining. Oh, he does a last minute lunge there. That was a risky move from R8 Storms. He has to go wide, and either best don't mess slots ahead of the McLaren again. That was a risky move indeed from R8 Storms. He thought he might have had it there for a second, but he just... Oh, the spin for R8 Storms. He is not having any luck here. Oh, disaster. R8 Storms loses a couple of places there, and his teammate now can go after either best don't mess. It's a 0.7 second gap. And Luxty is really starting to close that gap to Kaz 420, 0.4 seconds. He's got DRS. Kaz 420 still without DRS. For some reasons, even though Luxty has DRS and Kaz doesn't, it seems like Luxty is like Kaz is actually seeming to gain time on Luxty on the straights for some reason. Anyway, 0.6 seconds separate these two drivers. Rick, 0.6 seconds is 0.9 seconds now behind. You can see there is quite a big gap forming. It's now 3 seconds between Dirty Chewbacca and Rick. Hypnotic Boots 12 seconds behind Dirty Chewbacca. I believe Dirty Chewbacca still yet to pit. Yes, he's on them soft tires still. AMG Speeds heading into turn 1 there, behind either best don't mess. He is right on the rear end of that Mercedes. Oh, he is gaining quite significantly on that Mercedes indeed. The best of mess going a bit slow there, and it's forcing AMG Speeds to slow down probably a lot more than what he would like. And he's got DRS here. Let's see what he can do on the Mercedes. And he gets the overtake done there. Very nice indeed from AMG Speeds, up into 10th place. He's now got a 3-second gap between him and Jersey Brawler. Luxty still putting some serious pressure on Kaz 420. And he's doing fantastic to be able to keep up with Kaz. Looks like we've got yellow flags here. And you can see it is Tom Tarka who is parked up on the side there. Luke Stee got DRS on Kaz 420. He is gaining and he is getting the move done, as is Rick. Oh, Rick thought he could get a double overtake done there and just really missed out. And Kaz is fighting back with Luke Stee here. This is an epic battle between these two drivers, and Rick is getting involved as well. Rick is wanting that final podium place. It's really heating up here between the top sort of four, and RKA25 is just absolutely on a league of his own. He is 5.8 seconds clear of the next driver, who is Kaz 420, but he is under pressure from Luke Stee. 0.3 seconds separating these two drivers. Luke Stee is getting DRS again, gaining on Kaz a little bit, braking a little bit late there. He closes the gap. This is really the closest battle we've got on track at the moment. Oh no! Rick hits the barrier. Oh, thankfully it's not a DNF. And he hits the barrier. And he is going to suffer quite a bit there. And he is going to need to head into the pits. He's going to have to limp his way through the track and into the pits. It's a complete disaster for Rick, who was doing... Oh no! And he just DNFs. Haas driver into the wall. Disaster for Haas. Definitely. Oh, jeez. Luke Stee trying to get a move there on Kaz 420. It's all falling apart for these drivers in the top. Luke Stee not sure exactly what he saw there. There really was not much of an opportunity there to get the move done. If he had played his cards right, been a little bit more patient, he really could have got that move done. What that's now done is that has given Kaz 420 and now what is a 2.8 second gap, and Luke Stee now has a lot of work to try and close that gap and get back into fighting position with Kaz 420. Really no arguments there. He could have just been a little bit more patient. So as it stands, RKA25 is first. Kaz 420 heading into the pits, and he is opting for soft tires. It looks like he's heading for the two-stop strategy. Very interesting call indeed. Luke Stee potentially is going to be doing a one-stop. This could be Luke Stee's opportunity to get back into the race after a mistake was made there. Luke Stee, can he do a long stint on the medium tires and do a one-stop strategy, whereas Kaz 420 is now committed to that two-stop strategy? And is that what's going to cause Kaz 420 to lose P2, or can he make that two-stop strategy work and keep P2? At the minute he is in P3. Hypnotic Booch is on the back of him, but I believe Kaz 420 does have the fresher tires. Yep, Hypnotic Booch on the medium tires, 10 laps old, and Kaz 420 on brand new soft tires. And you can see Hypnotic Boots does have DRS, and he is gaining, but he is not close enough to get that move done just yet. Kaz 420 does have the benefit of the fresh tyres. He just needs to keep Hypnotic Boots at bay for a couple of laps. Seems like all the drivers have started to spread out quite a bit now. It looks like Luxty is heading into the pits. So it looks like he's doing a shorter stint on the medium tyre, and it's going to be a longer stint on the hard tyre. Kaz 420 has now overtook, and Luxty is slotting into 4th place there. Luxty in the 4th place. 4 seconds behind his teammate, who is on old mediums now. Hypnotic Boots is probably going to need to start thinking about when he's going to do his pit stop. And there is 25 seconds between Luxty and Kaz 420. So Luxty, if Kaz pits, Kaz will still probably come out ahead of Luxty. So Luxty does have still a bit of work to do to try and keep ahead of Kaz 420. So actually I really think Kaz could make this 2-stop strategy work, because even if he pits, comes out ahead of Luxty, he's still going to be on fresher tyres than Luxty, who is going to be on those old hard tyres, which are going to be degrading quite a bit. So he's going to have some work to do there. It looks like Tom Tarka and AMG Smithy are having a little battle here. 0.7 seconds separating these two drivers. AMG Smithy creating a bit of a gap there. Hypnotic Boots heading into the pits. That's going to allow his teammate to then head back into the podium places. Yes, and you can see there's an 8-second gap between Luxty and Kaz 420. He is going to have to work very, very hard to reduce that gap over the coming laps. He's going to need to be super, super consistent with his lap times. And as does Kaz, to keep the pressure on him. Hypnotic Boots now behind Drowsy Brawler, 1.5 seconds separating them. Hypnotic Boots now has a fresh set of hard tyres, while Drowsy Brawler is on hard tyres, 7 laps old. Hypnotic Boots does have the advantage here if he can gain a bit of ground on Drowsy and get a move done there potentially. There is yellow flags coming through this sector here, and you can see Tom Tarka is facing the wrong way, but both drivers make it past safely, and that gap between Drowsy and Hypnotic now 2 seconds. Hans 420, Hans 2242 is 1.5 seconds behind AMG Speeds. He's got a bit of an opportunity here. See the amount of drivers that have time penalties. You can see it just continues to flash up. It is a really challenging track for time penalties. You can see there's quite a mixture there in terms of, we've got a couple of drivers with 6 penalties, 3 12 penalties, 12 second penalty for driver SA and Ross Wales. Drivers without penalties, RK25, Hypnotic Boots, Dawson, SYM and iZombie. So all of these drivers are doing quite a nice job indeed in terms of managing not to be penalised yet. Oh, it looks like there's some contact there between SYM and Ross Wales, although in fairness I do think that SYM is not participating in this race. It looks like he has got disconnected and unable to join again, so that is pretty dirty tactics there from the AI. I think the AI need to go and take a driving lesson there. Hypnotic Butch is starting to close that gap a little bit, down to 1.8 seconds, and he is up 11 places from where he started. That's just fantastic. Tom Tarka has DNF'd. It does look like he is DNF'd in the pits, which hopefully should not cause safety car or virtual safety car conditions. Hypnotic Butch 1.6 seconds now separating him and RIZE. He is certainly closing that gap quite nicely indeed. Person who is not closing the gap is Luxty. However, that gap was 8.5 seconds. It is now increasing to 10 seconds. So if he wants any chance of really trying to keep ahead of Kaz 420, he really needs to work to close that gap. That being said, if Kaz does pit, he would come out behind Luxty. The challenge that he has is that Kaz is going to come out in fresh tyres. Luxty's going to be on those old hard tyres, which means Kaz could gain the time back quite quickly indeed. Hans 0.6 seconds behind AMG Speeds. McLaren drivers have not had probably the race that they would like to have had today so far, having to pit a little bit earlier than what they would have liked to. AMG Speeds in 7th place where he started the race, so not the worst for AMG Speeds so far, but he is under a bit of pressure from Hans. It looks like he has been able to extend that gap quite a bit, so that Hans is outside of DRS range. Hypnotic Butch now closing that gap to 1.2 seconds, again down the back straight but without DRS. RIZE is doing a good job to keep Hypnotic Butch outside of that DRS range, but it does look like Hypnotic is gaining on the Ferrari of RIZE Brawler. He's going to need to have his wits about him, RIZE Brawler, because Hypnotic Butch is up 11 places from where he started. RIZE Brawler is up 11 places from where he started as well, and both drivers look hungry to keep progressing here, so it'll be interesting to see how they go. The driver who's having a fantastic race himself is Dirty Chewbacca. He's up 2 places as iZombie DNFs. Not sure what has happened there. It looks like it is on the back straight, just turning around that corner. Potentially has lost some traction there, and you can see the Alpine there has retired. And that is our 4th retiree of the session so far. There's yellow flags in Sector 3, but there is no sign of a safety car coming out. Hans and MG Speed still battling that out. MG Speed's doing a fantastic job to keep Hans outside of DRS range, but Hans is remaining persistent here. He is not giving up just yet. Hypnotic Butch equally keeping that gap to 1.3 seconds. Gap between Luxty and Kaz 420 extending still. Was previously 10 seconds, now up to 13 seconds. Kaz 420 is doing a fantastic job to keep Luxty at bay, but again it's going to be really interesting to see when Kaz comes in for that final pit stop and what the outcome is. Kaz doesn't want to leave it too late because he's going to want to give himself enough time to fight back and get back up into P2 again. But yeah, as I was saying, a driver who's been really impressive so far is Dirty Chewbacca, up 2 places from where he started, and at the moment is in a very nice place in the sense that he's 6 seconds off Luxty, but equally the driver behind him, RIZE Brawler, is 10 seconds off him, so he's not under immense pressure. If he can keep it very nice, very consistent, he could end up with a very nice P4 finish indeed for Red Bull, which would be excellent. I'm sure he would be delighted with that. It looks like AMG Speed is catching up to Hypnotic Butch as well. He has closed that gap to 1.5 seconds, and it does look like Drowsy is still able to keep Hypnotic Butch at bay. 1.5 seconds now instead of 1.3 seconds between those drivers. Apart from this battle that we're seeing here, this is really the closest battle that we have on track at this stage. I believe everyone's pitted at least once now. Yeah, everyone's pitted one time. We do have a couple of 2-stoppers already. R8 Storms, SYM, Dawson, Driver SA, Ross Wheels and AMG Smithy. Actually, I'm lying. RKA 25 hasn't pitted yet. That is unbelievable. He is on 17 lap old medium tires. That is, well, it's 18 now. We're in lap 18. That is really, really impressive indeed. And he's in a fantastic opportunity now to just keep that going, keep the gap, and yeah, get himself a nice little set of tires to keep him going for the remaining 10 laps. So it's 10 laps left. Hypnotic Butch now within DRS range of Drowsy Brawler. He's making his way towards the back straight. He is going to have DRS assistance this time round. Can he get an overtake on Drowsy Brawler? Let's find out. Let's see, he is gaining. He is gaining. He's just too far away at this stage. He goes quite wide there. And RKA 25 is heading into the pits. And Kaz 420 takes that first place there. But remember, Kaz probably will need to pit again. I would be shocked if them soft tires last through the end of the race. And Hypnotic Butch will have another go. 0.8 seconds. DRS again. Hypnotic Butch finally gets a time penalty there. 3-second time penalty. First penalty for Hypnotic Butch, really unlucky. What tire is RKA 25 on? He's on the soft tires. Very nice. He's made the medium to soft tire strategy work. That's very impressive. And now he is hunting down Kaz 420, who is on some old hard tires at the moment. Hypnotic Butch still can't get that move done on Drowsy Brawler. Drowsy Brawler's doing a fantastic job to keep him at bay so far. But is the time coming? Remember, Hypnotic Butch is on fresher tires than Drowsy. Hypnotic Butch 5-lap old hard tires. Drowsy Brawler on 13-lap old hard tires. And we have DRS again. Drowsy moving to the left hand side to break any slipstream that Hypnotic Butch will get. And RKA 25 has closed that gap already down to 1.6 seconds. He is catching up very, very rapidly to Kaz 420 indeed. Kaz is still yet to head into the pits. There's just 7 laps left on the and RK25 gets the move done, and I imagine he will be extending that gap quite rapidly now, given the freshness of his tyres in comparison to Kaz 420s. Just out of curiosity, we'll see how long he's had those tyres for. 9 lap old soft tyres, which doesn't sound too bad, but if you think about the fact that he's got another 7 laps to go, I just don't see how I could make that last. AMG Speeds now chasing Hans. Just over 1 second separating the two drivers. He does have DRS. And we've got Ross Wales and Dawson who are fighting here in turn 1. Ross Wales gets a move on Dawson. He's on fresher soft tyres, however. It's probably to be expected. And Kaz 420 is heading into the pits now for his final pit stop of the day. And you can see Luxty, and there's Kaz 420 in the distance coming out of the pits. And he's stuck behind the back marker, Mickey. That is not what Kaz 420 will have wanted. That's going to cost him a little bit of time. He's going to need that back marker to get out of the way. Not exactly sure what the Williams driver is doing. Surely blue flags are being waved for the Williams driver. Is he getting out of the way? It's still not getting out of the way there. And Kaz 420 eventually gets past, but you can see how much damage that has done to his gap. There's 2.7 seconds separating Kaz 420 and Luxty, but Kaz 420 is on those fresher tyres. He's got a couple of laps to try and get a move done here, and I think he can do it. I think he's in the better place to get a move done. AMG Speed's 0.7 seconds between him and the Williams of Hans, who is in 8th place currently. We have yellow flags somewhere. Sector 3. I'll see what the issue is there. AMG Speeds, Scott DRS. It does look like we have a virtual safety car. AMG Smithy has DNF there, and the virtual safety car has being called to a full-blown safety car. This is absolutely going to shake things up here, because RK25 has a 22-second gap to Luxty. Luxty is on some old hard tyres. It looks like he has just passed the pit straight and has missed an opportunity to pit there. Will he decide to pit for a nice set of fresh soft tyres? Potentially. Kaz 420 has just pitted a lap earlier and really missed a great opportunity to pit under safety car conditions. However, he is equally in a very nice position there with some fresh soft tyres. Let me just check to see. RK25 is on 3 lap old soft tyres. Kaz 420 is 1 lap into his soft tyre usage. This is going to absolutely spice things up here. The Best Don't Mess is in the pits at the moment, and he is coming out now on a fresh set of medium tyres. I'm surprised he didn't opt for a soft tyre, but he is on medium tyres anyway. This is going to completely shake up how this race will end. Only a couple of laps left to go to the end of the race. You can see the safety car is parked up there. It's waiting for the leader. RKA25 is heading into the pits. Is Luxty going to head into the pits? I really think he probably needs to if he wants to stay competitive, but we will see what happens. RKA25 heading into the pits. Really, him and Kaz420 are going to be on equal terms now in terms of tyres. Luxty is heading into the pits, you can see, and Kaz420 is able to slot up in second place, as he doesn't need to head into the pits because he has got a fresh set of soft tyres already on play. Dirty Chewbacca heading into the pits as well. You can see Luxty has just got his tyres changed for a nice set of fresh soft tyres. The Red Bull pit crew have swapped Dirty Chewbacca onto a fresh set of softs as well. We have a couple of other drivers. Drizzy Brawler, is he coming in for softs or not? He doesn't look to be. What is he on at the minute? He already has pitted, actually, as has Hypnotic Booch. This is going to spice things up indeed. RKA25 now has found safety car, and Kaz420 behind RKA25. Luxty has a little bit of catching up to do. It does look like there is a back marker between him and Kaz420. It is Dawson who is in between. There we have it. We've got 4 laps left to go before the end of this race, and a safety car to bring the pack all together is exactly what we needed to add a little bit more spice and entertainment into this race. Safety car will be with us for at least another lap. We do have a couple of drivers who still have a bit of catching up to do. Let's see, it's really Hans is the next driver. He's 10 seconds off the safety car pack at the moment, and he has got AMG speeds behind him for company. A couple other drivers behind them who also need to catch up. You can see RKA25 is weaving from side to side there. It's getting some heat into those tires. It is likely that the safety car could be coming in at the end of this lap. We are just awaiting the confirmation from race control. RKA25 has had a very comfortable race all race, and these last 3 or 4 laps is going to be where the pressure is going to be at its most for RKA25. He is going to have to withstand some intense pressure from Kaz420 and potentially Luxty as well, if he wants to hold out and take the race win here in Coda. Still don't have the confirmation that the safety car is coming in. It looks like we will have the safety car for one more lap, it seems. through the S section. Cars go. Looks like everyone has caught up to the pack now. There is just one other car there. I think it might be Dawson, yep. And he is absolutely gunning it right now to try and catch up to those guys. If he keeps up at the speed that he's going, he should be able to catch up ahead of the safety car coming in. Actually seems like the safety car's going very slow. There we have it, RKA 25 weaving from side to side. You can see a couple other cars in the distance doing the same. Looks like the Ferrari of Drowsy Brawler, Dirty Chewbacca and the Red Bull as well. Just trying to get those tires into the optimum temperatures. And there we have it, is the confirmation that we need from race control. Safety car is in this lap. RKA 25 will control the pace of the pack through sector 3. He can bunch up that pack as much as he can and then try and get a great start away from the line and try and build that gap straight away. And actually, not sure what has happened there. Kaz 420 and Luxty had a little switcheroo in places there, but Kaz 420 back up in second place, and this is where it's gonna get tense. 2 or 3 laps left in this race. 2 laps left. Kaz 420 needs to put some pressure on RKA 25 here. And RKA 25 gets a decent start indeed. 0.6 seconds separate the two drivers. AMG Speeds gets a move done on hands into turn 1. And AMG Speeds is back up into 7th place. Excellent indeed. Drowsy Brawler right on the tail of that Red Bull of Dirty Chewbacca. Dirty Chewbacca has had a fantastic race so far, up 2 places in the 4th place. He really wants to keep this. There's just 2 laps. Can he hold Drowsy Brawler off for 2 laps? Luxty 0.2 seconds off Kaz. Kaz is still hot in the tails of RKA 25, 0.7 seconds separating the 2. Luxty will get one hell of a slipstream off Kaz 420 here. He is using his ERS power as well. Is he gonna get the overtake done on Kaz 420? He pulls out to the side to have a look, but he is too far away at this stage. And Drowsy Brawler pulls out beside Dirty Chewbacca. Dirty Chewbacca, fantastic defending indeed, and puts himself back in the 4th place. But Drowsy Brawler is not giving up that easily. He wants 4th place. RKA 25 is not safe just yet. 0.8 seconds separating him and Kaz 420, but they're crossing the final corner to start the final lap of the race, and RKA 25 has got a challenge on his hands to keep Kaz 420 at bay. Luxty is really going to try and get a move done here, but actually the gap is extending between him and Kaz 420. It is looking more and more likely that Kaz 420 will take P2. Drowsy Brawler is not giving up. 0.5 seconds separates him and the Red Bull. Dirty Chewbacca is not careful. Drowsy Brawler will get one hell of a slipstream down the back straight, and he needs to be careful here. Kaz 420 down the back straight. He's using his ERS, is trying to get a move done on RKA 25, but it is not seeming likely at this stage. And there we have it, Drowsy Brawler on Dirty Chewbacca again. Dirty Chewbacca needs some excellent defending to avoid an overtake on Drowsy Brawler, who shoots late braking, and he has to go a bit wide because of his late braking, and Dirty Chewbacca is fighting back. It is tight racing between these two drivers, and Dirty Chewbacca's got the inside line. Drowsy Brawler is not giving up. but neither is Dirty Chewbacca. RKA 25, final corner, and he takes the race win. Kaz 420 crossing the line, and Dirty Chewbacca and Drowsy Brawler are fighting to the death here, and it looks like Drowsy Brawler has just pipped Dirty Chewbacca, but because of penalties it looks like Drowsy Brawler has taken P2 and Dirty Chewbacca takes that final podium place. That is fantastic. Hans 4th and Hypnotic Booch 5th. What an exciting end to that Grand Prix. Hope you enjoyed that one, and thanks for sticking with us, and we'll see you again next week.